Hey, what's up guys? Today I'm going to be doing a review of these Revgear S5 all-rounder boxing gloves. So stay tuned. What's up guys? Today we're going to be doing a close-up weigh-in review on this Revgear S5 all-rounder boxing glove. I got mine in this gray color scheme, 16 ounces. It's mostly leather construction. The only area here that doesn't use leather would be this tapered palm with a mesh insert that you have in there. But this is Revgear's pretty much do-it-all gym glove. And their purpose and design behind this glove was so that you can use it for sparring, hitting the bag, mitt work, pretty much anything you can do in the gym with a pair of boxing gloves. So just kind of give you guys a close-up of the leather. The leather itself actually looks really nice, has a nice texture to it and a nice shine. You do have that Revgear logo that's written vertically on the glove. Some of the stitching on here could definitely be improved. You can see where the thumb meets the index finger. Some areas right here that's kind of reinforced. You can see the stitching kind of pulling a little bit on the leather. I know some people aren't fans of palm mesh liners, but I've never been opposed to them. I feel like they do add a little bit of breathability. You do have some padding that kind of raises up. So traditionally, a lot of boxing gloves will stop right here. But these were meant to be used not only for boxing, but for Muay Thai and kickboxing as well. So you can see that they utilize some of the palm area to raise this padding up right here so you can parry kicks, knees, strikes, whatever is being thrown at you. You do have a 3.5-inch Velcro strap. The inside uses a satin nylon liner. I believe these gloves are made in Pakistan. You have that Revgear cloth patch on the back of the Velcro strap. Established 1996, Revgear original. S5 all-rounder right there. Here's the hinge point. Black and gray is the main color with this. Some gray piping, double stitching there. And kind of this diamond logo they put right here on the thumb. So you can see the glove has a little bit more of denser, stiffer foam. I originally thought these were molded foam, but they turned out to be multi-layer. And you can see how dense they are. A little bit more rounded off. You can see how that works. So you'll definitely have a break-in period with these gloves. So let's go ahead and put these on the scale, see how much they weigh. Right side is going to be right at, oh, that's not correct. Let me make sure to zero that out properly. There you go. Still not Go ahead and do that. Sorry about that, guys. Trying to make sure my scale is working properly here. Okay, that's better. All right, so the right glove is right at 16.7 ounces, so it's a little overweight. And the left glove is right at 17 ounces total. So we have definitely a little bit of a heavier glove for sure, but about, I would say on average, about an ounce overweight for what they are. But again, if you're just using these for training, for me, weight has never really been a big factor unless you're using pro fight gloves for a sanctioned fight. But outside of that, to me, it's more about comfort and the feel and the kind of protection you get with the gloves. So let's go ahead and do. Hey, what's up, guys? Carlo here, and today I'm going to be doing a review of these Revgear S5 All-Rounder boxing gloves. I got mine in the gray and black color scheme. My particular pair is 16 ounces. It's a Velcro closure only model. Color-wise, you can get it in this gray you see here. They also have a black and a white, a black and yellow, a red, and I believe a white and a pink. Size-wise, you can get it anywhere between 12 to 16 ounces. So 3 different sizes you can choose from, several color schemes. And this is basically Revgear's do-it-all glove for the gym. So whether you're into kickboxing, Muay Thai, traditional boxing, the thought process behind this glove was to create a glove that you can use for sparring, for bag work, for mitt work, really anything that you want to hit with a boxing glove in the gym. These were meant for it. Now I've done a review in the past with the Revgear, the Sentinel S3 and the S4, which were pretty good gloves, solid gloves, but there's definitely some opportunity there. And I feel that Revgear has definitely improved on certain areas here with this glove, but there's still a little bit of opportunity that I like to see with this glove to be improved, and I'll go over that here in a second. But looking at this glove, you can see it's actually a really cool looking glove with this gray color scheme. It's mostly leather construction. The only area that's not leather is going to be this tapered mesh palm insert that they put here. And the purpose obviously for that is to help with airing out the gloves and keeping everything cool inside the hand compartment. But the gloves have a little bit more of a slimmer profile than the S4. So it's a little bit more compact than the S4 glove, the Sentinel S4. You can see it has this Revgear script that's written down vertically on the glove. The S5 All-Rounder right there. You also have kind of this diamond logo on the thumb. A leather attached thumb, which is placed nicely where you don't have any issues with thumbing your sparring partner or your opponent. You do have this cloth Revgear patch, established 1996, Revgear original on the back of the Velcro strap. 3.5 inch full wraparound leather Velcro strap with this nice rectangular pad of Velcro right there, so that looks good as well. And one cool feature about this glove, aside from the padding that they use here, which is about, I'd say, a 1/2 inch medium density padding on both the back of the wrist as well as on the front of the wrist, is you have that padding that actually goes up into the palm area, and hence why you can use this for both kickboxing, Muay Thai, and also for traditional boxing. So they add that little layer of padding there, which I'd say, again, is about 1/4 inch to really give you something that you can parry shots with. You do have this elastic band that kind of keeps the palm side of the glove together. A pretty large size grip bar, which I like, and it has some good firmness to it, so it doesn't feel like it just collapses when you press down on that grip bar. So definitely like that. And the inside uses a satin nylon liner. Again, this is 16 ounces, and the gloves right there, you can see the tag. These are made in Pakistan. Now the quality of these gloves are pretty good. There are a couple of areas, not so much with the leather. The leather actually looks really nice and thick feeling. You can see that it has a nice shine to it, and no imperfections with the leather. The thumb looks really good. The areas that I would say that have the most opportunity would be the stitching. And you can actually see right there where the index finger meets the thumb. Some of the stitching is kind of coming undone right there. The leather attachment looks good. Some people aren't fans of mesh material. That's just a completely subjective thing. The only issue I have with mesh over a period of time is it starts to kind of wear out and can tear. So you don't have the same durability level as you do with leather as you do the mesh palm. So if you're taking a lot of strikes or parrying over a period of time, the combination between your sweating and this getting kind of snagged on or stretched on, then that's going to be kind of a durability issue. No ventilated holes. I would have liked to see some ventilated holes on the thumb area. That's how you utilize double stitching, and you can see again just areas where the stitching could have been done a lot cleaner. You can see the piping right here just kind of looks, I don't even know how to explain that, but this, you can actually see the stitching is pretty messy right there. So you definitely would expect a little more. And even where they kind of rotated that piece of piping around, it looks like they just didn't take a lot of attention to detail with that, where they could have trimmed that a little bit and made it just a little cleaner. And then the stitching is kind of fraying and just looks kind of all over the place. So that's an area that that could have been done cleaner. You can actually see this side, they did a little bit better job where they kind of flipped that piping. But to me, there should be a way for this piping to just be one piece and kind of clip it off rather than having it rolled underneath and kind of stitched in like that. Feels kind of lazy in that regard. But the piping on the bottom of the cuff looks really good. The liner didn't have any no issues on the inside liner there. So that all looks pretty good. The outside right here, the stitching could have been done a little better. I mean, you can see it's kind of pulling on the leather a little bit. The Velcro strap looks good overall. And these are definitely some top heavy gloves. So you can see even with this hinge point right here, a lot of the weight is really front loaded. So it would have been nice to have this a little bit more balanced, because there's a lot of weight towards the front with this multi-layer foam. So that's one thing that they could have also improved, was just the balance of the glove and not having it so top heavy right here on the front. Now the actual comfort of the glove, you put your hand in here, offers really nice wrist protection and wrist support. This palm right here feels really good with the padding against the inside of my palm. It actually lands kind of right there in the middle, so the placement is really nice. Thumb feels great. Excellent thumb. The padding on the back doesn't feel too thick and doesn't press and numb out my finger. But the one issue that I have is the inside liner, especially in this fingertip compartment, is bunching up, and it's like an excess of material that they have in there that you can actually feel on the back of your fingers. And like when you curl your hand to make a fist, you can actually feel some of that material just kind of getting snagged on your fingertip. So you kind of have to, feels like you kind of have to move it out of the way with your hand. So I feel like that liner could have been done better and improved. But the fingertip compartment is nice, wide, not too narrow, not too wide. So it accommodates my fingers real nicely. And the glove definitely needs to be broken in. Even though they use a multi-layer foam padding, you can see the glove is pretty stiff right off the bat. Even though I've been using this for a couple of weeks now, it's still gonna take quite a few more rounds to really break this glove in, just because of how stiff this foam is towards the front. But the fingers feel good, thumb feels really good. Just would have preferred it to be a little bit more broken in, and then the liner, especially in the fingertip compartment, is definitely an issue that they can improve there as well. Now, protection and performance. These gloves are definitely more denser feeling, so they offer a lot more shock protection. So if you're looking for a glove that you can really just wail on the heavy bag and really protect your knuckles and not get have that padding really absorb the shock of the punch, then these are definitely those gloves for you. You can see just how firm this padding is. It's a little bit more rounded than I'd like, but that will eventually just kind of flatten out over time of using these gloves, hence the break-in period. But very dense. I would probably break these in a little bit more for sparring, just to get them a little bit softer, so it's a little bit more forgiving on your sparring partner. But you can see it's a lot more firm. And so if you're somebody that likes the Mexican style gloves, where you want something that's softer, that kind of that horsehair EVA feel, where when you land, you really feel that push against your knuckles and that compression. You don't really get that with these gloves. You get more definitely more of a thudding feel. It's not as visceral. These feel a lot more protective. So you're making contact with your target, but it just really absorbs the shock with these gloves. So that's not necessarily a bad or a good thing. It's just a thing. It's something that certain people prefer. Some people that have had hand injuries, or they want something a lot more protective, or they're a power puncher and they just really want to put their power into every shot without worrying about injuring their hands, and these definitely would fit that bill. So cost-wise, these gloves are $89, so $90, which is a fairly a good asking price for these gloves, considering the options you have with these. The only issue I have, again, is going to be the quality control, especially with the stitching and how these gloves needed a little bit of a break-in period, a little bit off balance as well. So price point wise, they're right there. And I think the issue is a lot of people at $90 are going to be willing to probably jump up like 100 to 110, 120 and get some gloves that are a little better quality control, a little bit better stitching. and might have a little bit more of a broken in feel because of the price point. So even if these were lower, maybe at like 60 or 70, then these would definitely be a better seller in my opinion, just based on what I've used with these gloves and how they feel and how they perform. So if you guys have any questions or comments, make sure you guys leave them down below in the comments box. I'll put my link in the description box where you can find these Revgear S5 gloves. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Peace.